I have made every financial mistake, so you don't have to. Here are 3 financial mistakes you might not even realize you're making and how you can change them. Number 1, putting things on payments. Yes, this can be smart and strategic at times, but it's a slippery slope. First, you're putting the car on payments. Then you're putting the trip you're going to take on the credit card. Then you're buying the outfit on Pay in 4. Then you're buying the shoes in Afterpay. And the next thing you know, everything you own is at 27% interest.
Ahce Will's a genius.
Now, we all have made financial mistakes. We all have made decisions financially that we have regretted later. You know what I'm saying? None of us are above it. We all have made decisions that later on be like, I shouldn't have bought that. I shouldn't have did that. Why did I? You know what I'm saying? But if you haven't, you know, maybe you're graduating high school, getting your first job. This video is for you. Pay attention. Take notes. Avoid these financial mistakes. Trust me and trust these people that I'm about to present to you. All right, let's get into it, man.
I'm 54, and if you don't learn these lessons about money now, you'll regret it later. You're not tired. You're underpaid. The first step to wealth, stop impressing people who don't pay your bills. Your boss will replace you long before your family recovers from losing you. Pay attention to your work-life balance. They don't pay you for how hard you work. They pay you for how hard you are to replace. You weren't meant to work 40 years just to enjoy 10. If you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. You don't have a money problem. You have a decision-making problem. A great deal is still a waste of money if you didn't need it. You don't have fun money. You have unpaid bills you're ignoring. And those people you think have made it, they didn't get lucky. They got serious. Because remember, money will solve 90% of your problems. But the other 10%, you're going to still need therapy. Hope that helps.
That's real, though. That's real. What'd she say? Hold up, man. My brain just went blank. My bad. Forgive me. She said, a good deal is still a bad decision if you didn't need it. Like, if you don't need it, right? You might see something, right? You might get that notification, right? And it'd be like, you know, buy one, get 2 free, or buy 2, get, you know, whatever the deal is. And you know you don't need it, but you just can't pass up on the deal because it's just, in your mind, it's too good of a deal. So you do it. It's like, yes, the deal was good, but it's still a bad decision if you didn't need it. Like, you did it because a good deal doesn't justify a bad decision. A good deal doesn't justify a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? It could be a great deal on a car, right? And you're like, I just can't pass up this deal. But you know you can't afford it. It's a great deal, but you can't afford it. You don't need it. So that great deal doesn't justify the bad. I love that. I'm taking notes too, man. I like that. I'm gonna keep that. Man, I like that one right there. Come on.
Here are 4 of the biggest financial mistakes I've made in my 20s. So number 1 is buying a luxury car at the age of 20. This was something I didn't need to do. Here's the car right here. And ultimately, the monthly payment was like 1/3 to 1/4 of how much I was making a month. And on top of the maintenance and on top of just my other expenses and gas, I ended up not saving a lot of money for the remaining 2 years that I had in college. Next, we have not having a budget. So I had a budget for much of my early life and then also my early 20s. But since I don't remember the last time I had a budget, if I'm being honest. I reached a point, to put it bluntly, where I felt I had enough money where I was never gonna have to worry about it again. And as a result, I didn't need to monitor my spending because I would always have enough money to cover whatever it is that I wanted to buy. This is a terrible mindset to have. And as a result, last year I overspent dramatically. I did not save nearly as much as I could have. I did not contribute to my investments nearly as much as I could have. And I was just spending money left and right, and money was just flowing out of my accounts. And so I'm gonna be in transparency posting how much money I spent on food in the next couple of days so you all can see how I did. It was not well. So I'm just gonna put that out there right now. Next, we have subscription. So because of my business, I ended up taking on a lot of subscriptions just to do various things, whether it be Canva or for editing my videos and things of that nature. There's other platforms that I've taken on as well. And some of them are needed, some of them are not. Some of them I needed for a month, so I didn't need them for years, and I've been paying for them on a reoccurring basis. And getting rid of unneeded subscriptions is a big task for me this year. It's one that I encourage all of you to take as well, to make sure that you're not paying for things that you don't need, because ultimately it costs you a lot of money in the long run. And finally, we have options trading. So options trading is not a bad thing. I just approached it without doing any research, without any knowledge of what it was. and this cost me a lot of money. This is gonna be part one of part two. I have plenty of other mistakes that I've made, and I'm also gonna highlight the best decisions I've made in my 20s. Also, if you're looking to better your finances, I encourage you to click the link in my bio to check out the Finvest app. It is a free tool that you can use to oversee all your accounts. It's what I use to manage all my investments and to really look at every account that I have in my name. And so I've got a link in my bio if you want to check it out, and I look forward to posting more content. If you'd like to see more like this, please give me a follow. Let me know in the comments what your biggest mistakes were in your early 20s. Here for the
Hey, that options trading. Woo. Now look, I'm into trading. You might not be into trading. Ain't no pain like blowing an account. Oh man. I never blew an account though, like, cause when you blow an account, you basically like at zero or negative. I've never blown an account, but I've lost like a majority of the account, and I was so hurt. If you into trading, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. But he said he bought a luxury car. He didn't have a budget. Yo, your budget, having a budget is very important. Start early too. Know what you're making, know what you're spending, keep track of your finances. It's gonna keep you on track. Having a tracker is gonna keep you. It's a financial tracker. Think about it. It's made to keep you on track. It's in the name. Come on, man. Acting like y'all don't know that. Well, we know that. We still don't be using it though. Like, come on, man. The tools is out here, man. Use the tools, man. I'm trying to tell you.
You know what's one of the worst financial decisions that you'll ever make in your life? Not your house, not a car, not even a credit card sometimes, but it's marrying the wrong person.
Woo! Woo! They ain't gonna like that one. I didn't even know what he was gonna say. Woo! I be trying to tell people marriage is a business. It's a business. You need someone that understands y'all circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both have to be on the same page when it comes to that money, man. Because if not, y'all gonna be going like this. Y'all constantly going two different directions. Or somebody's trying to go up and the other person is going down and they kind of pulling you and you trying to... Tough.
Listen, man, that's a trap, especially financially most of the time. Because to be honest, bad spending habits will turn you off faster than cheating sometimes in some of these marriages. I'm just saying, man, it's a very expensive mistake marrying the wrong person. You know what's one of the worst?
That's real. I didn't even when I thought about this video, I didn't even think about that. But that's real.
I have made every financial mistake, so you don't have to. Here are 3 financial mistakes you might not even realize you're making and how you can change them. Number 1, putting things on payments. Yes, this can be smart and strategic at times, but it's a slippery slope. First, you're putting the car on payments. Then you're putting the trip you're going to take on the credit card. Then you're buying the outfit on Pay in 4. Then you're buying the shoes in Afterpay. And the next thing you know, everything you own is at 27% interest. The best thing to do in this case is if it's not a house or a car or something that has to be on a payment and I can't buy it outright, I can't afford it. Number 2 is too many subscriptions. I guarantee you pull your phone out right now, check your bank app. If you're not checking it regularly, you got at least 1, 2, 3 subscriptions that's just robbing you blind. You don't even know about it. So the best thing to do is to always check your bank account at least once a week. Hell, once a day, just to make sure nobody ain't really robbing your ass. Number 3, lifestyle creep. This one might get everybody. I'm gonna give you an example. You start making $70,000 when you was making like $40,000. Them taste buds become bougie as hell. The car you in just start feeling old and raggedy, like, man, I need to get something better. All of a sudden you start looking at better apartments, like, ooh, that's real nice. You start going crazy, like, I'm about to start doing this, I'm about to do that, I'm about to do this, and you ain't even got your first check yet. But you gotta be patient. You wanna be patient with your money as you start getting more of it. You wanna build your savings up, start investing, and then you can go a little bit crazy with your money, little at a time. But yeah, as always, we're just trying to save money, help others save money, and making it easy to understand. And, you know, hopefully you don't make the same mistakes I did. Save your money, save your money.
One of the biggest financial mistakes that I made over 6 times was buying a used car. Now, buying a used car isn't inherently bad, but if you don't know what you're looking for, and even sometimes when you do know what you're looking for, it can really bite you in the butt. From the ages of 14 all the way up till 21, I have purchased used cars that lasted no longer than a year. The first 5 lasting less than a month due to transmission issues, engine issues, title issues that really couldn't be reconciled. Even while bringing trained mechanics to look at the cars with me, I still got burned in the end. I would purchase these cash vehicles at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, even 20 years old, about $15,000 in cars, and I didn't actually get a reliable vehicle until I got a payment. until I purchased a new Mazda. It had no problems, and the amount that I was spending on a payment was the same amount that I was putting into maintenance for the only vehicle that lasted more than a month. My last car lasted 8 months, and I had to put in $300 every single month into repairs. And the vehicle that I have now has a payment of $360, and yet it's a 2025. So unless you know completely the vehicle's history, you know it's been taken care of, and you know it's a reliable brand, a lot of times, getting an auto lease might be better for some people. I know it was for me, or else I'd be stuck in the same cycle of buying these used cars and them crapping out on me. And the best part is that my car insurance actually dropped when I got that new vehicle. So there were even more savings on that front. One of the big
All right, so oh my god, wow, bro, my camera is wilding today, y'all. Like, y'all, I know y'all can hear me, but bro, the camera is wilding today. What is going on? The camera is tripping out, bro. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it's good. But what I was saying is, the used car thing is real, right? Coming up, I had friends, right, who their family would buy used cars, and I just did a tax video, and I talked about how people like buy cars every year. And it's like, people end up buying cars every year with their taxes is because they buy these cars that don't last a year. You know what I'm saying? So like, I remember one of my homies, his mom would always be looking for a new car like every single year. And it's like, she didn't want a car payment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was her thing. Like, I don't want a car payment, which is cool, but it's like, bro, you gotta spend your tax money on a car every year. You could have had a car with a car payment, and you could have literally put your taxes towards that car every year and probably paid that car off faster. And then you would have had a reliable car, a newer car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta just think, you gotta be kind of smart with it, because it's crazy, bro, when people buying a car every year.
This is a money mistake.
It's financial mistake that
Now, hold up, y'all. Now the phone ain't connected. Good Lord, man. We going through it over here today, bro. I don't know. Let's get it.
This is a money mistake I don't think I'll ever make again. As someone who's worked in finance their whole life, especially being a woman in finance, I think I have some sort of credibility. I don't know. Maxing out my 401k when it doesn't serve the best option for me and my life at that time. I think a lot of people will tell you max out your 401k. That's the best way to be financially smart. So it sets you up for your future in retirement. But they forget to tell you that if it doesn't work for your finances and where you're at in your life and what you want to do, maxing your 401k is not always the best option financially. Like, yeah, you're saving a lot of money for retirement, but again, you cannot touch that money until age 65. So you're really tying up a lot of your assets, money that you could use to maybe buy a home. If you're planning on buying a home in 2 to 3 years, why would you put a bunch of money away or to save for retirement and have that money locked up when you could be financing your lifelong home that you're going to be living in at age 65, past age 65? So I think put it as this all-inclusive bucket, like the best way. It's, you always max out your 401k, but it's like, let's strategize this for the particular person. Overall, if you have nothing going on, yeah, sure, max out your 401k. Don't go off and go on a luxury vacation. If you're planning on buying a house, maybe think about other ways you can do that asset. Think about how you want to invest. Not gonna make that mistake anymore of just listening to the basics, financial gurus, what they're saying. Really think about how it fits into my lifestyle. Those intricacies aren't really talked about in depth when you're making these comments or whatever about financial success and personal finances and stuff. I think people forget that, yeah, obviously that's the best thing to do. It's a little bit more intricate and detailed with your life. I guess that's a mistake. It's not really a mistake. I don't think, if you spent a bunch of years maxing out your 401k, like, obviously that's amazing, more money saved. It's not a bad thing, but I'm just framing it as a mistake because it's just something I would think about more before I do that. I would do that next time or in the future. This is a money mistake.
Well, that's real. It's like, everything don't work for everybody. You got to know what worked for you, and that's just the reality of it. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had my 401k at my job set up to, like, over time it gradually just increases by itself. You know what I'm saying? And I went and I looked, and I'm just like, my job only matches up to a certain amount. And it's like, obviously you could contribute more and it's going to build your 401k way faster, right? So it's like, cool. But it's like, I got things I'm trying to do now. I got things I'm trying to invest in now. I got things that I'm trying to build and start now. Things that I need to fund now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not saying that I'm not going to contribute anything, but I don't want to contribute as much. So I had to scale my 401k back a little bit because it was like, cool, I still want that over there, but I don't want as much going there because I need a little more over here so I can fund my next business venture or whatever I'm trying to do now. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if I'm gonna go buy a house or this, like, I need my money now. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's different. It's very situational.
When I was 21 years old, I made one of the worst financial decisions ever of my life. But the good thing about mistakes, bro, is you don't have to go through it to learn from it. So I'm going to tell you what I did so you don't do it. Now, when I was 21 years old, I took out a $2,500 line of credit. And you're probably wondering why, okay? A dog. I took out $2,500 for a Siberian Husky puppy from a pet store. Now, I did that because I graduated college and I was going back home to my pop's house before I went overseas to play basketball. I didn't know where I was going yet, so I had to go back to the crib first. At the time, we didn't have any dogs in the house. Now, I grew up with dogs. Ever since I was a shorty, I had dogs. We've always had dogs. But at this particular time, we had 2 German Shepherds who had just passed away. So no dogs in the house. I seen the Siberian Husky at the pet store. I fell in love with him, and I took out a $2,500 credit line that they approved me immediately for, and I ended up getting a dog. Now, that was one of the worst financial decisions I've ever made in my life because I realized that I didn't pay that $2,500 at once. I paid $100 a month on that dog until it was paid off. And sometimes I was making payments and we ain't even had a dog no more. So I'm telling y'all now, if y'all want a dog, do not go take out a line of credit for that dog, especially not $2,500, especially not for a Siberian Husky. The crazy part about it though is literally 2 to 3 weeks later, I got my dad 2 more German Shepherds, one great one for like $500, and I think the other one was like $400, and they was like 1 year old. So 2 dogs for $900 versus 1 little puppy for $2,500. I never do it again. One of the worst financial decisions in my life, but I'm telling y'all this so y'all don't make the same mistake. When I was 21 years old, I made
My camera keep freezing. I don't know what's going on, but $2,500 credit line on a dog, crazy. But bro, I've seen dogs that cost a lot more than people. At first, I used to think that people just paid cash for everything until like when I was younger. I just thought people paid cash for everything. I didn't really know about credit when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a kid. It didn't really register. So like I know it was this one place they sell dogs, and the dogs are like anywhere from like $5,000 to like $25,000. And I'm like, yo, who is just coming in here with $5,000 to $25,000 buying these dogs? Obviously, they not. Well, they did have some customers like NFL players and singers and stuff. So, you know, richer people probably will just pay it in cash. But they probably still don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know back then, but people were buying these dogs on credit. But it's like, I'm not finna pay a monthly fee for this dog. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just don't see the point. You know what I'm saying? Granted, the place I'm talking about, they have like a lifetime warranty. So like if anything happened to your dog, you automatically get a new one. Like when your dog pass away, they automatically give you a new dog, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really a dog person and you always want a dog and something happens to your dog, you know you're gonna want another one, then it might make sense. But it still don't make sense if you ain't got money like that. So, you know, I don't know.
You want to know the number one mistake that keeps people poor and keeps them stagnant in life, even though they're getting promotions, right? You can be making more money, but you still feel like you're drowning and you still feel like you're not even moving the needle. The number one mistake is you're leaving a majority of your money in a savings account or your checkings or keeping it in cash because your mindset is, well, why would I want to invest? I might lose all my money and I've worked so hard for it, so I want to keep as much of it as possible. You are shooting yourself in the foot. This is the equivalent of being out at sea on your ship and being worried that pirates are going to attack you. Meanwhile, your ship has holes at the bottom of it. Right? You're slowly drowning and you don't even know it. You are losing money every single day keeping your money in a savings account like that because of inflation. That's why $10,000 today is worth significantly less than $10,000 10 years ago. This is why it's important to put that cash into assets that will grow your money for you, like real estate, like the stock market, precious metals like gold and silver, even cryptocurrencies. And it is especially important that you have vehicles like a high yield savings account for your emergency funds that offsets inflation. Things like a brokerage account where you can invest and buy stocks, and retirement accounts like your 401k and your Roth IRA so that you get tax advantages. I talk about all this stuff on my page. So if you want to learn any of it, this is the place for you. You want to know the number?
Want to know something I will never do ever again? Finance a fucking car. I stupidly bought a car at the peak of the car market 2 years ago. It was a 2015 Mercedes E400 coupe. It was beautiful. Granted, it had less than 50,000 miles. Gorgeous. And sticker price, they wanted less than 20,000 for it. It was like 19.7. And out the door, after all their bullshit, they wanted me to be at almost 26,000 fucking dollars. To boot, with an almost 11% interest rate. After 2 hours of fucking haggling with them, I got them down to 23.8, whatever the fuck it was. And it was like, that was the greatest gift from God they could have done for me. And I also did 6-year financing, which everybody knows you don't fucking do that. And even at that, I could still barely afford it. I was buying a $24,000 car, and I was barely making $20,000 a year. Now granted, this taught me a lot about money. At first, I was gonna get rid of it, and then I realized that I was completely underwater on the fucking thing. It was probably worth 15 grand, and I was about to be paying $24,000 for it. I busted my ass, I made more money, and I wound up paying the thing off in 6 fucking months. And then, 2 years later, I wound up selling it for 12 grand and buying a 2001 Dodge Durango, which made me realize that I never want to drive any other car besides a Mercedes ever again. But the lesson here is not that Mercedes is the best car, even though it is. I got lucky that I was in a position that I was able to pay that off as quick as I did. Most people are not. This is a lesson of needs versus wants. And if it's something that you don't entirely need, but you want, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it once. I would even go above and beyond, and if you can't do it 3 times, don't do it once, especially for a car, and especially if you are young, you are in your 20s, and you don't have any fucking investments to your name. I got rid of that Durango, and now I'm in a beautiful Mercedes again. But guess what? I did it right this time. I bought it cash, and I love it. And I will use this thing until the fucking wheels fall off. I will fix everything it needs. I'm gonna do all my little modifications to it that will make me love it even more. And that's it. In the long run, I'm realizing that that costs a lot less money than leasing a car or constantly financing a car. Just a little bit thought there. Okay.
You from like Boston or something? It's giving Boston vibes. I don't know why, but it's giving Boston vibes. You know what I'm saying? Definitely giving Boston vibes. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really gotta, at least she was negotiating. You know what I'm saying? She got them down to 23, well, basically 24. But a lot of people would have walked out there with the 26. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't even negotiate for real. You know what I'm saying? So
I made a $1,500 mistake, and I'm about to fix that today. So last week was my birthday, and I bought these Ferragamo boots that I wanted for a long time, but here's the thing, I didn't need them. And right now I'm in the season where I only spend on needs, not wants. The problem, I wasn't disciplined. I let the "it's my birthday" excuse override my financial goals. I've had buyer's remorse all week, not because I couldn't afford them. I could, but the goal for this year isn't to spend money just because I have it. It's to make smart money decisions that actually move me towards my bigger goal. And every time I look at these shoes, they remind me that I broke my own rule, so I'm returning them. Now, I'm not saying don't spend money on yourself for your birthday. I picked up something else that I actually will use, but this wasn't it. Here's what I learned. Financial discipline isn't about deprivation, it's about alignment. Every dollar you spend should either meet a need or align with your goals. Birthday or not, impulse purchases that don't serve your bigger picture will always feel wrong, even if you can afford them. What's a purchase you made that you knew you needed to return? Let me know below. I made a $1,500.
that's why I like to buy stuff like my birthday was literally 2 days ago. And I didn't buy anything for my birthday this year, surprisingly. But I will buy something soon. I just looking at, you know what I'm saying, my birthday at the beginning of the month, I gotta pay rent and pay all this. I'm like, I ain't really trying to kick out no extra money for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably pick up something later on. But I need a new chair, bro, for in here. I need a new chair. So it's like, I want a new chair. So that's probably what I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy like a new office chair because the chair that I had broke and I'm using my backup chair. This not even, you know what I'm saying? But so I want to get like a new chair that's like really comfortable for in here. Cause I spend a lot of time in here. So that's kind of like the way I like to spend my money. I like to buy stuff I really need and stuff I'm going to use like every day, day to day. I want to get a new camera, stuff like that. I like to buy stuff I'm going to use. I stopped buying shoes and stuff, bro. It's cool. I love them. But it's like, once I get to that point in life where the money is just flowing, we can do that. But for now, we're building. We don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need every pair of shoes. I don't need every new graphic tee. I'm cool. I pick up a shirt every now and then when I got an event to go to, boom, boom, boom. Know what I'm saying? But I'm cool on that. But that's it, man, right there, man. So those are financial mistakes that you should avoid What's some financial mistakes that you made that you regretted? And comment down below. Let us know.